Good evening. Facebook Live Thursday night, 7 o'clock here in the UK. Anyway, what time is it where you are? So, if you're watching live, usual story. Give me a thumbs up. Drop your name. Say hi. You don't have to drop your name. Your name is already there. Say hi. Drop in where you are watching, listening from, so we know there is people from all over the world in this group now, which is amazing. Just want to say amazing thanks for everybody that takes part in the group. For people, hello mate, see you tomorrow night, Terry. I can see the Lorenzo's from where I'm sitting, mate. Looking forward to it. So yeah, wherever you're tuning in from, come in, say hi if you're watching on the replay. Hello, Ian. How are you doing? Ian, where are you? Tell everybody, like, if you're tuning in, that's like, sounds like old-fashioned radio talk, isn't it? Where are you tuning in from? If you're dialing in, connecting, let's say connecting. If you're connecting in from somewhere, just let us know where you are. Say hi if you're watching on the replay. Say hi. You can make comments as I go along with this. And if you want to stay at the end, so I'm going to do a slightly new format of, like, I always like to change things and make sure we're developing and stuff like that. So what I've decided is that I'll do these. We're going to make them about 20 minutes, and then I'm always going to leave like 5 or 10 minutes at the end to do like a Q&A. But you can ask questions as we go along. Hi, Ian. Epsom, Ian. Yeah, cool. I know where Terry's dialing in from. He's about 5 minutes walk away from me. So tonight, what I wanted to talk about. So yeah, if you want to make comments and ask questions through what we're doing, please feel free to do that. And also, I'm going to leave a bit of time at the end of these sessions to do a little Q&A if anybody wants it. So anybody's got any questions to ask. Right, so tonight, what I wanted to talk about, we talked before about the importance of a morning routine. And one of my coaches used to say how the first half an hour of your day predicts the next 23 and a half. Okay? But I've been thinking about this, and I've talked about this being, like I'm going to call it, talked about morning routine in passing a couple of times on these lives, I was thinking about it today, and what a few of the comments I get, not negative, but a few of the comments I get, I've had before, even when I've done like one day events and stuff like that, is that, okay, so I'm like, hands up, like, I live on my own, I don't have any kids, what I want to do in the morning is my time, it's up to me, no one around to piss me off or bother me or need to, get ready or whatever. So for me, for me to have a morning routine, which I do, to indulge myself in the morning, to have, obviously I work in the morning before I get up and I start work, but I give myself a half an hour solid morning routine every day that I do kind of religiously 5 to 6 times a week. However, I've done these things before and people say, oh, I'm busy, I've got kids, I'm and all these different things. And I get it, right? I get it. So what I thought today was that I would go through and give off 5 or 6 things that can be done while, like, okay, so one of my morning routines is I sit down and meditate, right? Kids running around, late for school, late for work, all that kind of thing. It's just not going to happen unless you get up super early. So what thought I'd do is put together a few things that are really supportive of your day and how to start your day with intentions and purpose for busy people that doesn't have to be a full-on morning routine. So there's something you can integrate into what happens in the morning and still be supportive for you and your journey through the day. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack on. Um, so yeah, okay. So the first thing I've written down is these are sort of really low impact things that don't that you can hopefully weave into your morning. The first thing, and this is a one that's like more prominent now than it's been, I think, for a very, very long time. And that is agree to yourself to have no phone time for a certain amount of time. Okay? So I deal with this has come through me dealing with clients all the time. So many people, the alarm goes off, like, I get it. Okay, if you use your phone for your alarm, cool. If you don't want to do that, you can get an alarm. But I get it, you got kids and all that kind of thing. Make a pact with yourself. This is like low impact, just something that you can do. Make a pact with yourself that you're going to have no phone time for a certain period of time in the morning. And what that means is maybe you need it for an alarm, but what you're not doing is immediately clicking into social media, immediately clicking into emails, and you're immediately getting input into your morning brain of stuff that's going to start you churning and churning and churning immediately. Okay? Now, people have said to me, I need to find out if there's something going on at school and all that kind of thing. Is reading that email or text messages or whatever going to be affected by waiting another 10 or 15 or even 20 minutes or even half an hour if you can? Be honest with yourself. Or are you just getting mixed up in the, filling your head and getting mixed up in it straight away? Because the minute you read one of those emails, scrolling through social media, you're going to see something that's going to piss you off. That's how you start on your day. Okay? So even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's 10 minutes, not 5 minutes maybe, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, ideally half an hour, give yourself an amount of time where you're not diving into social media, emails, messages. And it's quite, it's a low impact thing, but it's actually quite, it's really beneficial, and it's going to take it takes quite a lot of bit of determination. So if one thing, a really supportive thing you want to do for yourself for starting your day with intention and purpose is once your phone's gone off, put it down and leave it. Okay? If something's desperately, desperately important and people are trying to get hold of you, they'll phone you. Right? Okay, number one. Number two, this is a low impact thing. Again, this is something that you just do inside your head. So you don't have to do anything about sitting down, meditation, all that kind of thing. So number two is thought. So you just, whether this is just before you get out of bed, when you just got out of bed, all I'm going to say is pause and think to yourself, say to yourself in your head, today's going to be a good day. Because we go so much on subconscious programming. Get up, look at your phone, start thinking about the problems that you've seen on your phone. Oh my God. And then we have that. We start telling ourselves, oh, there's something there. That's bad. Oh, then you put your socks on wrong and all of a sudden, apparently, you're going to have a terrible day. We can use that brain pattern and flip it around and say, I'm not going to have a terrible day. I'm going to have a good day. What's Ian saying? I've told several people that I have a phone-free period at the start of the day and not to expect instant responses. Brilliant, Ian. Good. You're already on that one. So number two, we're doing give yourself a thought process, which is simple. I'm going to have a good day in your head. Maybe when you wake up, maybe when you open your eyes, maybe that's number one. They don't all necessarily have to be in this order. I'm going to have a good day. You can keep telling it to yourself over and over again if you like. Are you always going to have a good day because you do that? No. But you give yourself the opportunity of giving yourself a more positive brain pattern, giving a more positive energetic wave out, and attracting more into your life. Number three, do something to move your body. Now, this is actually only something I kind of really got into quite recently. I learned recently, and like full disclosure, I'm always on a learning journey and a learning path. Some of the things I've kind of said and done before and shared, they're not relevant anymore. And then I'm always learning. So when I learn and explore, I always explore these things myself and test them out. That's when I share them. Something I've learned that I've been doing really, really recently is to do something to move your body. Right, this doesn't mean exercise. Right, what it means is doing something like I do, like a little bit of movement, a little bit of moving around like a baby, a little bit of like pulling my arms down and like just a few squats, not squats, but just like dips. And all this is, and it's made a massive difference because all we're doing is we're telling your body, so we're dealing with our mind, now that we're dealing with our body, I'm out of bed and we started today. So instead of like, lumping around and being sluggish and, scratching your head and scratching your ass and, like you're going, we're awake. Now, it's not going to be vigorous. It's going to be less than 20 to 30 seconds, right? These are all low impact, doable things I hope that can be shared and that you can do. So even if it's something silly, like just do something that's a bit more, not going to say vigorous, but moving your body that isn't just, oh, I got out of bed, I didn't sleep enough. So now we've got out of bed, we've not looked at our phone and got in the drama. Whoever thought when we opened our eyes, oh, today's going to be a good day. And you got out of bed and you did a bit of movement. So your body's like, right, 3 things done, we're already having a better day. And it's not even 5 minutes have passed. And I've not had to sit down and do anything. Number 4 is some kind of breath work. Whether that means slow breathing, long breathing. I'm going to share with you, there's a book called Breath, which I'll maybe put a link somewhere. That's a really good book to read. But whether you do some slow breathing or long breathing, I suggest like maybe go on to YouTube and have a look for some morning breathing exercises. But again, I put this in because you've got to breathe anyway, right? You've got to fucking breathe when you get up, when you move around, whether your kids are there screaming, whether someone else is pissing you off and you're trying to rush out the house, you still have to breathe. So you're already doing this. So what I'm saying is do it more purposefully. Okay, so find some supportive breathing that's more like maybe go Google like energizing breathing for the morning or something like that. You've got to fucking breathe anyway, so why not breathe with a bit of purpose in the morning? Okay, because you can't say to me, oh no, sorry Rich, I can't breathe in the morning, because you have to. So there's no excuses on that one. All right, getting a bit militant tonight. You will, male energy. Okay, like I said, if you just joined us, feel free to make comments. Drop in the comment box where you are connecting in from, ask questions, make comments, interact. So breath work, no excuses. You have to breathe anyway. Breathe with some more purpose in the morning. What I've made a note on my notes here, what I've made a note is, even if you have to do it in the shower or in the bath, then you can do your breath work there. Or on the toilet, there's somewhere to do some supportive breath work in the morning. And I know if you've not dived into the world of breath work, it's just again, it didn't come into my life until actually not very long ago. And proper breath work is incredibly, incredibly powerful. But that's, a whole masterclass on that, which we'll probably do at another time. Right. So next thing that I put down, has actually written stickers on the mirror. So this is for positive, supportive phrases or affirmations or visualizations, right? And I think the people in this group, connected in, and I don't really need to explain what an affirmation is and a visualization. I imagine most people in this group are already switched on to that. If you don't know what it is, you can, message me and I'll explain it to you. But it's not for, if you're not sure what that is, I'm not going to go into it tonight. If you know what it is. So I did this for a long time. I wrote out little post-it notes and I stuck them on the mirror in the bathroom, and then I would repeat them positive affirmations or phrases, supportive phrases, I would repeat them while I was cleaning my teeth. So again, that's something you've got to do, and you're using the time while you're cleaning your teeth to give yourself a positive intention for the day. Okay? So again, we haven't done anything apart from normal, we're just switching the intention and the purpose around. So write out some stickers, post-it notes, or if you do something where you're standing, if you cook breakfast, like I know people that put them in the inside of the cupboard, so when they open the door they see it and they read it out. I know people that have put it on the mirror. I know people that put it on the back of a door. If you do something like that, give yourself some positive input and some positive, and then you can switch them around, right? But if you want it as an affirmation, you know, pick a decent positive affirmation that you can stick on the mirror in front of you. So at the moment, right, we've got 5 things that you do anyway. You look in the mirror, you breathe, you've got to move your body, so all I'm saying is move it a bit faster. You've got to think, so all I'm saying is think a positive thought instead of just thinking, what the fuck is going to happen to me today? And don't pick up your phone as quick. Okay, so these are all things that you can do. Numbers is I've put listen to something. So, you know, these days, like we can listen to books. So like what we would normally say in a morning routine is do some reading, right? Okay, if you've got a busy life, I get it. You're not going to be able to sit down and read. So I put this in is to listen to something. Okay, listen to a podcast, listen to like an audible, listen to a book, listen to a video off YouTube. And before you say to me, but I can't do that, the kids are around and all that kind of thing, this, for my own self, this is how I got around it, okay? And we're back in the shower again, and I got this, right? This is a Bluetooth speaker that's waterproof. So I bought this deliberately, so when I go into the bathroom, I put on a podcast or an ebook or something, an ebook, a podcast, or an audible, and I put it on my Bluetooth speaker and I carry it into the bathroom with me and I put it in the shower. So there's no excuses, right? You're going to go in the shower anyway, or I put it next to the sink when I clean my teeth, or I could put it next to the toilet if I'm sitting on the toilet, but I carry it with me in the bathroom in the morning, and there's at least 10 or so minutes there where you can be listening to something supportive or learning something, so you're still doing what you're doing, but you've added some intention and purpose into your life with a 20 quid waterproof, water resistant, this gets soaked. It's got toothpaste and everything on it, shampoo and all that kind of crap. That's what I do. Like I listen to that in the shower. So you could be in the shower listening to that, doing your breath work, and starting your day with intention and purpose. Listen to speak in the shower. That's my number 6, actually. I've kind of rattled through that. How does that sound to anybody that's listening? Have you got any questions? I kind of hit like nearly 20 minutes then. I did good. The point number 7 I've written down is if you want an actual full-on morning routine and you've got time and you can get up early. So I'll go through this properly again another time because it's not about tonight. But if you want a proper morning routine, do things like meditation, spend 15 minutes reading, do some journaling, do some exercise, do some listening to a podcast, do the affirmations, but do them a lot more slowly and a lot more structured. But that's not really what tonight is about. Tonight is about fitting it around what you already do. If you want some morning routine books, if you want a long morning routine, have a look at Miracle Mornings by Hal Elrod, Miracle Mornings. 5 a.m. Club, if you're really keen, by Robin Sharma. I tried that, fucking hated it. 5 o'clock, forget it, not for me. But you got to try it, right? But that's if you want a full-on morning routine. Or, contact me, DM me morning routine, and we can talk about a more full-on morning routine. But today is about starting with intention and purpose, but still fitting it around what you already actually do in your morning. The last thing I'm going to share with you is that I hear people tell me, this is my clients, tell me lots and lots and lots of excuses as to why things can't fit around their life. They've got no time in the morning, kids are busy, partner, doing whatever, okay? This is my response to that. If I said to you, if you do your morning routine in some version, whether the longer version or the short version we've been talking about today, every day for 90 days, and at that 90 days, you'd get £1 million, I guarantee that automatically and miraculously you would find space for your morning routine. So the point is, how much do you actually want to be supportive for yourself and want to start your day right with intention and purpose? Because if there was £1 million at the end, guarantee you'd find the space and time. So this is about how much commitment have you got to your being supportive about yourself. Because this is about you getting your mental framework and starting your day right. If you want another motivation, the better version there is of you every day, the better you can be for other people. So, I'm going to leave it at that. How to start your day with intention and purpose for busy people. Cool. I'm just going to hang here for a second and say, have you got any questions? Because if you've got any questions, this is the time to ask. I'll just wait for a minute or so. And if you've got any questions, then yeah, just put them in. If not, then let me just have a look on here. I don't know why, but I find it hard to see the comments here. So what I'm going to do is click into... I'm going to click into here. This is weird, right? This is weird because when I can see the comments on my phone. Look, and now I'm watching myself on my phone. That's weird, isn't it? That narcissistic. So yeah, if you haven't got any comments, that's fine. You can write comments. Hi Denise, good to see you. How's the puppy? All right. I saw a picture of it today on Facebook. Very cute, very cute, very cute dog. And I know he's been to the vet and stuff like that, haven't he? So, hi Bev and Ed. Late to the party, not like you. Yeah, no, Bev and Ed, go. This has only been a short one so far. Just go back and watch the replay. We've been talking about how to start your day. I'm not calling it a morning routine. How to start your day with purpose and intention for busy people. And I've gone through 6 things where you can fit around into what you already do in the morning without adding anything to it. So I'm making it so there's no excuses. So all cool. Ian, makes sense and sounds straightforward. Thanks. Is there any guide time to how long all of these together take, or is it down to an individual's discretion? So if you've got a full-on morning routine, Ian, like you can play with this. I played with this for a long time with a full-on morning routine, and that's like exercise, meditation, journaling, all those kind of things, listening, reading. And I started off with an hour, and I was like, fuck that, that's too much for me. My morning routine, my own personal morning routine now takes me about half an hour, and that is some meditation, some visualization and affirmations. I do a neti pot clearing for my sinuses, which is like an Indian sinus clearing thing that I do. It really clears my brain. And then I do reading and listening to podcasts. So that's half an hour for me. But what I'm talking about tonight, Ian, is these are things to do like as you go along already in your day. So like I said, don't pick up your phone. So that's already something that you just need to do. It's not going to take time. Think a positive thought, but you can still do that while you're doing something else. Do something to move your body. That's literally 20 or 30 seconds of vigorous movement or squatting. Put some stickers on the mirror with phrases and affirmations and visualizations. So that's no extra time. You're already doing that while you're cleaning your teeth. You just need some time to write it out, stick it on the mirror. Listening to something that you can learn, and as I said, that's why I've got one of these. Stick it on your phone, Bluetooth it, listen to it while you're in the shower. It's not taking you any extra time. That was the point to saying this tonight. Like, none of it takes you extra time. It fits in around what you're already doing. If you want a full-on morning routine and you've got time, then yes, it might take you an hour. It might take you half an hour. I know people that do an hour and a half. Hell, that is not for me. Mine's about 20 minutes to half an hour that I've worked on over time and find out what actually works for me. Let me just see. There was a message here from Denise. Oops, sorry. Denise. Much less pressure this way. I've struggled with full-on morning routine and never stick with it. Absolutely, Denise. And I was thinking about this today, thinking I do get feedback from my clients, and I do, believe it or not, listen to them. And you'll be pleased to know, Terry, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I must be able to come up with 5 or 6 points of stuff that we can do that already fits in. So look, okay, let me take a step back. Everything we do about growth is about winning and about having winning experiences or succeeding. Okay, so if I came along here and said to you, right, you've got to do an hour to 90 minutes tomorrow. If you don't do all these things, you're a failure, and you've got a busy life, and you've got 3 kids and 2 dogs and a cat and a gerbil and a budgie to feed. You're just going to say to me, that's just not going to work. Or you're going to try and do it once, and you're going to go like, fuck that. Like, where am I supposed to find time to do this? So today or yesterday, I thought to myself, let's take a step back and what can we weave in to create success, create successful patterns, create a successful mindset without really changing everything apart from intent and purpose about what we're doing in the morning. And so that's how I've come up with these 6 things. So Denise, I hope that how about you kind of, try it out, Denise, and or everybody on this call, try it out. And I'd really love to know how you get on, because I would just share your successes in the group. Share like how it worked, what you went. You don't need to use all of them. Maybe use 2 or 3. Maybe use 4. Maybe use all 6. Maybe you do it for a bit and you go, do you know what? It's really helped me. I'm going to go for a more full-on routine and I'm going to make the time. Fine. All of that I want to share is about making easy access to small incremental growths, because we know that one little tiny movement of a dial here 3 months down the line is a big movement, right? And that's all. We're just trying to move the needle a little bit every single day. Okay? And if we can make it easy, what I've tried to this evening, no, I haven't tried to, I know I have made it easy and accessible and something that can be done. We can create success. We feel good about it. Not only that, our day is going to be better. And 3 months down the line, we look back and go, maybe now I want to try for a bit more of a morning routine, or I've seen how this works, or my life has changed, or something like that. I think. Right. It's half an hour. So I want to thank you, amazing people, for listening. If you listen to it on a replay, thank you for the comments. Thank you for participation. You've got about 30 seconds to ask me a question. And if not, I am going to say thank you very much and good night. And I'm going to say, Terry, I will see you tomorrow. Are we good? I think we're good. Cool. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week. Next week's live, weather being permitted, is going to be from the beach again. And it's just going to be a live Q&A, like a once a month live Q&A. Right. Ciao.